9:47. As we know, Memorial Day weekend often marks the beginning of summer fun with sunshine, cookouts, and getaways. It is one of the most popular times to travel, especially as summer truly begins. Safety, though, is essential to fully enjoy the holiday and all that the season has to offer. Joining us live this morning to tell us more is Dr. Jonathan Gates, Chief of Trauma at Hartford Hospital. Doctor, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's start with the most common injuries that you see at Hartford Hospital, not only during the holiday weekend, but of course throughout the summer season.
Well, you can imagine as a level 1 trauma center, we see some of the worst injuries possible. These injuries are high velocity injuries from motor vehicle crashes and motorcycles and things like that. And they can result in head injuries to neck injuries, chest, abdominal injuries, and even pelvic fractures, which are a large source of bleeding sometimes. So it could be anything, including extremity injuries as well.
And I know a big message that often is stressed by, state police, local leaders: don't drink and drive, don't drink and boat. How important, as a physician, as a doctor who you're seeing these injuries firsthand, how important is it to address the dangers of drinking and driving?
I can't tell you enough that it is incredibly important. We see here in Connecticut, figure we have about 130 fatalities on our road, about 300 fatalities on our road every year, and about 115 of those are alcohol-related fatalities. That puts us at about number 4 per capita in the United States in terms of drunk driving fatalities. So it's a big problem. And these people are, impaired to the point where they're not able to react to evolving situations in the vehicles, and it results in significant injuries, and we see it time and time and time again. And the most important message is that these are 95% of the time preventable.
Right. Yeah. And when we think of drinking and driving, we just think of cars, but sometimes people forget about other forms of transportation like motorcycles, and as we mentioned, boating.
Correct. And motorcycles, again, high rate of speed, high velocities, and no protection. And we think of boating as well. Here we are getting into the unofficial start of the summer holiday, and people will take to boats. They'll take to the water. They'll take to pools. They'll take to jet skis. And jet skis are essentially motorcycles on the water made by the same companies that make motorcycles on the road. So there are high rates of speed, maybe unfamiliar folks driving them, and unfamiliar, more difficult boats are to drive, and jet skis are to maneuver around in unfamiliar environments, in shoals and rocks and other boats and swimmers as well.
And lastly, Doctor, we understand that today, this weekend, the true meaning is honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice, but there are a lot of activities happening: grilling, fireworks. So how do you recommend that people stay safe while celebrating?
The celebration is important, and you're right, we do have to realize that this is a time of remembrance. It has allowed us to enjoy these freedoms, and our message is that we want to enjoy these responsibly. So if someone is impaired from drugs or alcohol and they're grilling or they're near a bonfire or things like that, all potentially dangerous situations, their judgment may be impaired as to the distance they are from that bonfire, the distance they are from the fireworks. And perhaps people who are responsible for those fireworks may be impaired and are putting those around them at risk. So our ask is, I really think, leave it up to the professionals in terms of the fireworks. And there are injuries that we see time and time again: 4th of July, Memorial Day, missing fingers, hands, and eyes sometimes. So it can be terrible.
Good advice and reminders. Dr. Jonathan Gates, Chief of Trauma at Hartford Hospital, thank you for your time this morning. And of course, thank you for the life-saving work that you do every day.
Thank you very much.